Hello, I'm Brian Essick from How to Automotive, and in today's video, we're going to talk about Milwaukee tools and some of the tools that you could purchase now. It's like a must-have, and some of them that you could do without. So stay tuned for that. So we're going to start out with the big boys. So there's a couple options. If you're doing tires and stuff a lot, you may want to pick up the high torque or the extended Anvil high torque. These are great tools for taking off tires and doing tires all day long. They are a little on the heavy side, and there is an option. They do have a mid-torque impact gun that's a little bit lighter and a little bit more usable, and it will take off just about every tire that you ever run across right here, the mid-torque. So now that poses the question, you know, which one should you buy? Should you get the high torque, the mid-torque, or the extended Anvil? So if you're working in a tire store only, I would go with the extended Anvil, which is this one here. I'll leave all the part numbers and stuff like that, link for it in the description of the video. But the extended Anvil here is an awesome tool for doing tire work, you know, day in, day out. This is also what they call the one key version, which means it has an app that you can control the torque settings on it. So this is perfect for tire stores. This one here is also, they also make it in the one key version or the regular standard version. So that means you can control the torque settings with an app that works through Bluetooth on these two tools. So this one right here would be the one I would recommend if you're a general technician doing suspension work, engine mounts, you know, those type of things right here. This is gonna be your go-to tool over this one here. So if you're like an all-around technician, I would recommend the high torque over this particular tool. But the one that I spend the most time with and use the most is the mid-torque. So the mid-torque here I find is a little bit smaller, as you can see, than the high torque here. So the mid-torque is a smaller tool that puts out 650 foot-pounds of torque, which means any lug nut you throw at it, it's gonna take it off. It's not gonna have a problem taking lug nuts off. You can use this all day for that. But the cool thing about it is it's a lot smaller and compact, meaning you could use it for suspension work, engine teardown work. Is a really all-around versatile tool. And they also make it in the 1/2-inch drive or a 3/8 drive. I have them both. I like them both, and I kind of swap back and forth between the both. So these are your three options here for your general repair. So whatever one you feel it would best suit your needs is what I would recommend. So for me, I use the mid-torque the most. If you look at the tools up close, you'll see that the mid-torque is beat up, tore up. There's paint's worn off of it. There's tons of grease and dirt and grime on it. That's because I use this all day, every day. And I swap out between the 3/8 and the 1/2-inch drive. So I use those kind of equally. One of the tools I wanted to talk about is the Stubby Impacts. We got the Stubby Impacts, and we got the older version here. This is an M18 version, and this is the M12 version here. Now the M18 version has a lot less torque than the 12 volt here does. So you would think that the M18 would have a lot more torque and power over the M12, but because of technology and advancements, they have improved it. And so now the M12 Stubby Impact has a lot more torque and power than the older M18. So I would definitely go with either one of the 3/8 or the 1/2-inch drive, whatever one fits your needs, over the M18. So this is kind of a tool that I wouldn't recommend anymore. Not that it's a bad tool, just because they got better tools out now. Next up, I wanted to talk to you about the Ratchets. These are the M12 FUEL line. They have the standard reach and the extended reach. They have them both in 3/8 drive, 1/4-inch drive, and they also have a 1/2-inch drive. A 1/2-inch drive for general automotive purposes, I don't find a use for them. There's not enough torque to use 1/2-inch drive sockets on a ratchet. So I find that the 3/8 drive and the 1/4-inch drive is really all you need. Now you just need to decide which one works best for you. Is it the shorter standard ratchet or the extended reach ratchet? For me, my go-to choice is the extended reach ratchets. So I tend to use these all the time. I grab these. I rarely use the standard ratchets anymore. Occasionally I'll break it out if it's a really tight area. This will get in there, and maybe this one won't because of the extra length. But other than that, the extended reach ratchets are the ones I use all the time, and these are the ones I would recommend that you purchase So I've heard stories online. They're saying, "Oh, the head on these are way too big. They're too big." And in reality, I think it's a non-issue. I use them all the time, and rarely does the head size ever come into play. These things are great. They have a ton of power. They get in there and get the job done. Okay, another option they had just came out with is the right angle impact. Now this one right here, I would say it's a glorified tool. This is one of those tools that you can live with or without. It actually comes in real handy getting in those tight spots. I love this particular tool, but if I had to choose over one or the other, ratchet or the right angle, I would go with the ratchets. These are more versatile. You're going to use these 10 times more. They're a little bit more compact. These are more user-friendly, and you'll find yourself using the ratchet more than the right angle impact. Now, not to say that this is a bad tool or anything like that, and if you like the tool, I recommended you get it, but if you had to pick one or the other, ratchets. You're definitely going to want to get yourself a drill. Now, they have an M18 version. If you're doing tons and tons of drilling, you might want to get the M18 version, a lot more extended drilling time and more torque and power out of them. But for me, the light duty drilling that I do, rivets on door handles and window regulators and stuff, the M12 impact driver here works perfect for your standard use. I drill out cylinder head bolts with it. I drill out window regulators, and you may have to swap a battery out, but other than that, it's been a perfect tool. I would recommend this one. But if you're one of those like a body shop or something like that where you're drilling out tons and tons of stuff, I would step up to the M18. The die grinders. The die grinders have been awesome. I can't say enough good things about them. There's a lot of people reporting online that they shut off and different things. And I found that they're not any worse than any of my pneumatic versions I've ever owned. I think they work just as well. They are bigger than your pneumatic air tools, and that does put limitations on where you can put these or use these. So if you had a choice between these and a pneumatic one, it's kind of a 50-50, depends on the type of work. If you're working in really tight areas, you might want to go with pneumatics, but if you're working in open areas a lot, these are awesome. I love these. Next up is the Stubby Impact 1/4 inch impact, or the Stubby 1/4 inch hex drive here. So either one of these are awesome. I use this one for dash work, and this one for like engine covers and small fasteners and stuff like that. This is my go-to right here, the 1/4 inch drive. The hex drive is awesome for any type of dash work, because you have all kinds of different socket options with this one. Torx and Phillips screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, all that stuff will fit into this one. It's a great tool. If I had to pick one or the other, it would be a tough call. I think because of my style of work, I would choose the 1/4 inch impact over the hex drive, only because I do a lot more under the hood than I do in the dash. So I hope this video helps you narrow down which tools you need to get and in which order you need to get on. I'm Brian Nessa from How To Automotive. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, encourage you to subscribe, invite you to head over to the howtoautomotive.com website for more valuable videos like this. Thank you again for watching.